Hello, everyone. Welcome to Big Cat Sports, and it's the weekly Tiger breakdown. Not a fantastic week for the Tigers. I think it was our first losing week overall of the season. Had a very bad series against the Mariners. But they at least won their series against Tampa. You won the series against a winning team, but also got swept by a team you swept earlier this year. Your pitching sucked in that series massively. You let off 35 runs in the series and only scored 14 again in the Seattle series, so that was not good. But we're at the All-Star break, so there's the positive.
Yeah, I can't believe. As much as we've been spoiled so far, pretty much since last September and August, it's kind of unreasonable to think that they won't have some kind of losing streak. Now, I certainly don't want them to go on some freaking tear where they're 2-20 or something, but they've lost four straight. They go on this little break with the All-Star break and come back, and I think our schedule is pretty favorable to us. I don't think we play anybody that difficult for a little bit.
You're back and forth overall.
Texas isn't that good.
Texas isn't that good, but they're 500.
Yeah, we should beat them.
Yeah, you should have beat the Nationals too, and you
Yeah,
lost
we
that
should
series.
beat the Nationals. But yeah,
Love
right.
it.
But I'm just saying, it's a chance to right the ship. I'm not worried yet, and all teams are going to go through some kind of slump. So,
Listen, you're not a bad team. I think Parker Meadows is going to end up being sent to AAA eventually, because he's just sucking. Made a bad
it's
error
just
yesterday.
unfortunate because he's a great fielder, and
I mean, he made an error yesterday, but yeah, he's a good defensive center fielder. He
right.
just sucks at batting right now. He has no bat whatsoever, and I don't think there's going to be any room for him on the team. And then you're going to look at who's next, right? Obviously, Trey Sweeney gets sent down after the All-Star break, most
When's
likely.
the trade deadline?
End of the month. Got 2 weeks.
So yeah, I'm hoping they'll be proactive. They need some arms. They need some pitching. If that's all they do is get some pitching, I'll be happy. Some that to help the staff out, because right now it's I don't think they have a strong enough pitching staff to actually go far in the playoffs.
No, I mean their bullpen is the main issue, but their starters have been iffy. Scooble didn't have a good start, which will happen every now and then. But Flaherty, yesterday, I think they got all their runs off of home runs, besides like maybe one. And Flaherty has been on and off this year, just allowing like 5 home runs a game, and completely just sucking it. And then obviously your other pitchers have been. Mises was good, right? He had a bad game this week. Scooble's been good. He had a bad game. And you're going to have bad games here and there, and it sucks. But I think pitching needs to be addressed at the deadline, not the offense. Because you put up enough offense to win games. It's just you for some reason have to score like 6-7 runs a game to win consistently, which sucks.
Right, it does.
So
it's unfortunate, and you can't sustain that.
No, you can't.
So that's what I'm saying. They have to be proactive. I know a lot of people have been talking about Skeens from Pittsburgh, but that's a pipe dream probably. But
it's way
if there's any way you could get him and not, we're talking do anything insane. Certainly you're going to have to give up some good players.
Yeah,
get a guy like that. I would do it. I'm sorry. I would probably have to see the deal unless it's nuts, prospects only. But they would be, I would throw in Meadows, Parker Meadows.
Probably at this point, throw in Parker Meadows. Maybe you can somehow do something.
Even a guy like Cole Keith, I don't know.
They've talked about Cole Keith being a deal, but I don't know. But your offense has done well. He's been about midway with the offense. He's batting .264 this year, which is not bad. But Riley Green, Spencer Torkelson, both over 20 home runs at the All-Star break. Carpenter probably would have been over 22 if he didn't get hurt. And it's been a good offensive year. That's why there's nothing to complain about the offense because they're playing well. It's your defense that is sucking. I mean, not really defense, but pitching more or less that's sucking. And it's just something we got to figure out. You're still 21 games over 500.
Right. They're better than
you're still first place.
Right. You're
overall.
one of the top 3 teams in the league. You can't complain.
11.5 games over Minnesota in the division. You are still, I believe, what is it, 2.5 games over Houston in the American League, and you are still a game above the Dodgers overall. So you're doing good. You have all your
Right.
guys in the All-Star game. Is that going to be good for you or not? I don't know. Scooble's starting. Mize will probably pitch at some point in the All-Star game because he's an All-Star. You're going to have McKinstry made it. So there's your extra right there, too. It's just a lot going on. We'll see how coming back, when you come back, you're going to play Texas, which, again, they had your number earlier this year. We'll see how that goes with the series in Texas. You're also going to be on Sunday Night Baseball again. So we'll see how it goes. If you can have a good series against Texas, then I have faith that you're going to have a good second half. But I would say there's reason for people to worry when it comes to the pitching staff because it's like last year. You only really have Scooble. Mize has done better, but outside of that, you're hoping that everyone pitches well the day they show up.
Right.
But you never know if they're going to have a good game. So we'll see what ends up happening overall. Talk about the trade deadline. There is a couple rumors that were going around last week that I didn't really talk about. Kenyon Brian Hayes or Key Brian Hayes is the main one that I saw people talking about that has popped up in the feed of what I usually look at. He's not really an offensive guy. He's more or less a really good third baseman defensively, but we'll see what ends up happening overall with that.
Right.
Because I don't think they're going to do anything offensively. I think you have a good, solid team when it comes to the offense and defense. There's not really any shortcomings, even at third base. People have had third base have played third base well. It's just pitching. Again, it's been the issue. So I think they're going to look at pitchers at the trade deadline. I haven't really seen any major stuff at the trade deadline involving pitchers. Duran and Jax, they're both Minnesota pitchers. I've seen interest apparently in them. They're bullpen guys. They're playing pretty well this year. But we'll see what ends up happening. Right. I don't think Minnesota will probably trade within the division, though.
Probably not.
Unless they really are giving up on the division. That would be what the rest of the division has to do is really give up. But when you see the Tigers struggling a little bit, you're going to have some room to try to come back. So we'll see what ends up happening with that as well. But overall, again, it hasn't been that bad of a year. We're at the basically 3/4 of the way, or 2/3 of the way. You have 100. You're near game 100. You have roughly 60 something games left. Again, like we said, you play 500, you're going to be fine. You have nothing to worry about as long as you play 500. It's not what we want, but
right.
Where all you need is to play 500.
Well, baseball. I certainly think they're capable of playing even a little above 500. I think you're going to see them right now. What are there? 20 games above 500?
21 games above 500. You go.
So I think out of 60 games, I don't think it's too much to ask that they'll be 30 games above 500.
They have a chance. They have a good chance to be 30 games above 500.
I would say right around the 100 win mark. I think that's what they're going to be.
So we'll see what ends up happening, though. We'll keep an eye on the rest of the year. Again, there's not a lot really going into the All-Star break. We'll see how the Home Run Derby does in the All-Star game. But the All-Star game doesn't really mean anything anymore. I liked it when it meant you get home field advantage in the World Series.
I will say the only thing about the baseball All-Star game is it's like a real game.
It's more like a real game than the other All-Star games.
It's fun still, and you don't get, it's
I just don't like they took the meeting out of it because that's what upsets
but at least these guys get to go up there and bat, and they're not they're going to go out there to win.
Yeah.
They have pride, but it's not unlike all the other All-Star games. They're not just going through the motions.
No.
Like I said, I in some ways I think it's the only sport that can do that. I really wish no other sport would. I think it's ridiculous to have.
The NHL did a good thing this year, but they can't do it.
But you're going to get hurt.
You can't do that every year.
You're going to get hurt. Players are going to get hurt doing that crap.
But you want them to actually play. That's the thing.
I know, so I don't want them playing in All-Star games because they're going to get hurt.
But we'll end it here, though. Let me know what you think about the Tigers, what they could do the second half of the year trade deadline. If you'd like to see, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, hope to see everybody soon.